It is 7:05. We're going to start our recording as our other classmates come in. And today we're going to be discussing the hot wallet. Last week we discussed what is over here? We discussed the cold wallet, and we're going to do our review. So let's get started here. Did everybody do their homework? And do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
Getting a lot of looks.
To research
What is that?
Uniswap.
Yeah.
Uniswap. So I researched the wrong one. I meant to do Uniswap and did the other Uni, but I thought it was good because I want to show you guys what to look for because you guys did Uniswap, and I'm gonna show you if you see one what not to look for, why it's not good. So we're gonna talk about what you guys found. I'm gonna show you what I found. But I was like, I'm doing the wrong one, but I'll show you. But I'm gonna share my screen right now. Here we go. Share. Am I sharing the right screen? What do you guys see?
What is a crypto wallet?
Oh, you do? Okay. My screen was showing something totally different. All righty. So what is a crypto wallet? We are on part 2 of what is a crypto wallet. And we're going to always start with the very beginning because I want to make sure this is drilled into you what Bitcoin and all this stuff is. So let's start with what is Bitcoin? Who has the answer? I should hear everybody yelling.
It's the first cryptocurrency, digital money.
Right, it's first cryptocurrency. This is the first crypto digital currency. It is sent all over the world via the internet, and the difference with other currencies because it has no physical form. Okay, it has no physical form. Just remember that. So somebody says, I remember a couple of years ago, as it was getting popular, this guy said, well, somebody came into McDonald's and sold me some Bitcoin. I think I have it at home. And I'm like, no, you don't have it at home. That has no physical form. So nobody can sell you Bitcoin and you're holding it in your hand. Now you can't have the paper, right? A piece of paper, and you normally get it out of the Bitcoin ATM if you don't have a regular wallet to put it into. But we'll talk about that when we talk about paper wallets. Who created the Bitcoin?
Satoshi, whatever that is.
Yeah, Harry said. Satoshi Nakamoto, I believe it is, in 2008. It didn't hit anywhere or start being spent to 2009. I think the first thing that was ever bought was a pizza, believe it or not. Somebody had 10,000 Bitcoin and they bought a pizza with it. That was in 2009. I think that was the first time. Wow. And where do we store our Bitcoin? Which is what we're talking about today.
The wallet.
In a crypto wallet. That's where we store it. We store it in a crypto wallet. And there are hot wallets. There are cold wallets. I call a warm wallet. It's not a real thing, but we're going to talk about paper wallets. Is where we store it. And we talked about cold wallets last week. And what was a cold wallet?
It's to store offline. It doesn't require interest. And most of the time, it's more for long-term holding.
Right. It doesn't require the internet, but it does require internet connection per se, but it doesn't have to be connected 24/7 to the internet. Right. But you are correct. That is perfect, Chucky.
What Chucky say?
We're gonna go down to it one more time. I'm gonna go over it again in a minute.
I mean, I wasn't here last week. That's why I asked. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go over it down as I get a little further. And I'm gonna show you again in a second. And how does this all work? How does this Bitcoin itself work?
What do you mean? How does it work?
How does it work? How does it work?
It's like an open source software technology type thing.
Right. This is open source peer-to-peer network. It is totally decentralized. Remember, if anybody says how this works, we always want to make sure we say that word decentralized. Okay. And we work, and it works off of a blockchain. Remember, every coin has its own blockchain. Okay. And we works off the blockchain. Blockchain is, remember, just the ledger. It's the ledger of what we use, okay? And it's decentralized, so we don't have to be concerned about banks or anything like that. So we're going to talk about cryptocurrency. And I'm going to give you guys this one. This is cryptocurrency is decentralized digital money based on a blockchain technology. So that's what we just said about how it works. This is what it is essentially in a nutshell. It is a currency that is digital or virtual, that is based on blockchain technology, okay? It has no physical form. You have to remember that. It has no physical form. This is real money that can be spent anywhere, at any time. Okay. And you can, they have like, they used to have credit cards. They do have credit cards now that are actually regular credit cards, but through crypto, you get a lot of benefits with it. You know, like their benefits program is now the crypto. It's turned into a big thing. And I'm also going to discuss with you guys today, if we have enough time, after we discuss the wallets, about a crypto-backed bank. So we know with most of our banks, we get like 1% interest for annually, right? Sometimes you might find one to get 2. I think I had an Ally account a long time ago that gave me like 2%. This is a crypto bank, a crypto-backed bank, and it makes 9% interest a year. That is not heard. Look at everybody's face. You don't hear about that anywhere, but it is a 9%. It's a crypto bank. So I want to tell you about that today as well. And what is an altcoin, you guys?
Altcoin.
Anything that's not Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Anything that's not Bitcoin. So all these other coins that are coming in to the to play now, as long as it's not Bitcoin, it's an altcoin. It's just an alternative coin. That's all that means, is put together. And what is a token?
A token is cryptocurrency that represents an asset or a specific use.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. It's a specific thing. So say we go to Chuck E. Cheese, or for you guys who used to go to the casino, you go to casino and you change your money and you have their tokens, their coins, and you have to trade it back in. So those are what tokens are. So a lot of times you'll have tokens off of these big currencies, okay, or these big blockchains, okay? And what is Ethereum and why is it so important? I got 2 questions. What is Ethereum and why is it so important?
Wow.
Ethereum is an open source blockchain with no limits. And why is it so important? Is because taking
Come on, help your sister out. Why is it important?
Well,
Here we go.
it is, oh my goodness.
It's safe, because it's safe.
It's said, but
it
remember,
can't-
Ethereum is like a do-it-yourself platform. It's the platform that they're using. It's like the blockchain-based platform that most people use to start their own currency. It is the second highest crypto out there right now. It is the second highest crypto out there right now. You guys gotta remember this. Ethereum is following the Bitcoin path. Okay, which means by the end of this year, if you guys have Ethereum, it will probably be at $10,000 for one coin. So you want to get into this as many times as you can. Okay. Hi, Sister Blackman.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's important, because it's the second highest.
It's the second highest, and it's the do-it-yourself platform. So a lot of cryptocurrency is one of the top 5 blockchains that is being used today. And a lot of coins are based off of that blockchain. So this is very important. They're going to do smart contracts off of this and all kind of stuff. So Ethereum is very important to the infrastructure and to the play of Bitcoin. Okay. We also, what is a crypto wallet? We all should know this. What's a crypto wallet?
It's the place to
Store your
cryptocurrency.
It is a place where you store your cryptocurrency, but it's also how you interact with on the blockchain, right? So if I wanted to send Lanita some money, I'm going to do it from my crypto wallet to her crypto wallet. Okay. So that's very important. Your crypto wallet is like essentially in your hands. It would be your checkbook, you know, if we were talking about regular money, but I also considered your bank. It is also your own personal bank. Remember, we don't have any banks in between us. It's a decentralized currency. So we become our own banks. Okay.
Right.
And what is a private key? Who remembers what a private key is?
Oh, the private key is the long string of numbers that act as your password to your crypto wallet.
Well, it's letters and numbers. Yes, it acts as your password for sending and receiving. So even though you have that initial password that you get into, which is now they kind of make it like random words that's connected to that link. You
Right.
also have those links that are connected to the send, and those letters and numbers connected to the receive. So it makes it private to you in a sense where it's coming directly to you. Okay. So
Okay.
you want to remember that private key, and the private key, that's those random words. You should never share that with anybody. That's just for you to get into your account. You can share the send and receive link, but not that private, those words that you get, those random words, okay?
Okay.
So a crypto wallet is used to send and receive and manage your cryptocurrencies. We're going to send it, we're going to receive it, and we're going to manage it in that crypto wallet. So all the currencies that I have right now are sitting in like 3 or 4 different wallets. I have different wallets for different things. But I manage them in there, which means I see them, I can add to them, add more money to them, I can send it to somebody sends me money. That's what I use that for, okay, for my crypto wallet. I'm my own bank now. And it says in order to do this, I of course have to have my receive sending address. In order to send it, I have to have my sending address, which is always in your crypto wallet. You can always go to your crypto wallet anytime and pull those addresses to do what you need to do, okay?
Are those addresses all,
Say
are those
again?
addresses, are they all, are they the same?
They're going to be the
addresses?
same. They don't change. If for any reason they're going to change, they will let you know that the next time you use it, it will change. But most of the time, it's always the same. I don't think I have one wallet where it said it would change. Okay? There are 3 major wallet types. Who remembers what they are?
What you just said, hide and code.
Software and paper.
Yeah, I got the other one.
Sort of.
Hardware, software, and paper.
Paper.
It's hardware,
Oh,
which is the code. It's
Oh, man.
software, which is the hot. And then we have the paper one, okay? Like I said, I call things warm, but there's no such thing, but we'll talk about that as we go through it. And then it says, today we're talking about the software wallet, where last week we learned about the hardware wallet. And the hardware wallet was one that we said was like the Ledger or the Trevor. It's one that looks like a UBS drive. You connect it to your computer, you do what you need to do, and you take it off, and nobody has access to it. It's the securest way to store your crypto, but it's not the easiest way to send and receive it, right? Because you have to get to a computer to connect to do it. But if you're in a store, you want to do something, that's not efficient, right? So we have software wallets, okay? And a software wallet is work on your desktop, laptop, or mobile phone. Installable software packs available for operating systems. So it works really on any operating system. Sometimes the software wallets might say we only work on this and that, but most of the time they work everywhere. Any ones that I've used, they've always worked across the board. The desktop wallets, to me, offer more functionality. So if you compare the Exodus on your desktop to the Exodus on your phone, which we'll talk about today when we go through that, you'll see on the Exodus on the desktop, you can do more stuff with it than on your phone, which is like most software you do is on your phone versus your laptop or computer, okay? Antivirus is required on a system connected to the internet because it poses security issues. They are easier to use and give privacy and anonymity, and it involves a third party, excuse me, and regular backing up is needed. So when it comes to a software wallet, you want to remember now we're connected to the internet. 24/7, your stuff is on the internet. In order to see it, in order to do anything with it, you connect to the internet. So which means that we have to have some type of antivirus, some type of firewall, something that is stopping people from getting in and watching what you do as you spend this currency. So you want to be safe and make sure you have some type of safety on your devices when you're using this software wallet. I have personally had no issues with it, but I do have good antivirus and firewall stuff on my computers. Not so much on my phone. I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max, but it's real. Everything seems to be secure. It's not a big, I haven't found an issue, but there have people who said they've been hacked. There have been software companies who have been hacked. And there have been some that responded well to that, and there have been others that haven't. I know KuCoin, they were hacked, but they made sure they gave everybody their money back as soon as they could, which was really cool. I think it was like less than 7 days, everybody had their money back. And then they made sure they upgraded their system. Some companies do, and they're a little bit slower. So you want to make sure that when you choosing these wallets, try to do a little bit of research, do some reviews to make sure what you're choosing is a good wallet. But nothing is completely 100% safe from being hacked, other than what I believe is the crypto hard wallets, because they are not always connected to the computer. Okay. And then the most popular desktop wallets and even the apps on your phone are Exodus, Coinbase, Gemini, and Binance. Now remember, Binance, some coins on Binance you can't purchase in the United States. So if you have a Binance account in the United States, it might give you, say you can't purchase this or you can't purchase that. The alternative to Binance, which is what I use, and I do have a Binance account, but I don't use it. The alternative to Binance would be to use something called KuCoin, which I don't know why I didn't type this in here. KuCoin. So KuCoin, I buy stocks in there. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you. I have stocks that I buy in there. You can trade in there. KuCoin, I believe you can do options in there. How can I show you? Can you see my phone? It should be a K.
Not really.
Can't see it. But
I can see it. Yeah. Which picture are we looking for? Which icon?
It's at the bottom in the middle, the third row in the middle.
Yeah, it's kind of turquoise.
Yes, turquoise. The spelling is KUCOIN. KUCOIN is one word. The K and the C are capital. But I really like KuCoin because you don't have to say you're in another country. I hate to lie. Like, I don't lie for anything. I always just go with what it is. And so I was looking for an alternative to Binance, because Binance, you had to say you live somewhere else in order to use it to certain coins, and I just couldn't do that. So KuCoin, the Heavenly Father showed me KuCoin, and you could be in the United States, you could do all the things, you could purchase everything. So I like KuCoin, okay?
Okay.
Let's go next here. So the facts about the software wallet. They can be hacked, like I said, once again, because they are software. It's like on your computer. Anybody can hack into your computer. So you want to make sure you have a good antivirus, malware, a strong firewall. I use something called TrendMicro, TrendMicro. I've used TrendMicro for years. I've never had an incident. It stops everything from what I know. I've never had an incident. And whenever anybody asks me about how to secure their software, because I also train on computers, I tell them to get TrendMicro. There was another one that was free, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank that I used to give people a long time ago. But that works really, really well in protecting my computer. And then you can always use a VPN if the software will allow you to use a VPN with your with their software. Sometimes they won't because of where they pull the information from. But you can always try VPNs. You can find some free ones out there. I think the one I use is actually free. Then they are compatible with different operating systems. So the good thing about software wallet is it's compatible with whatever you have. You don't have to worry about it if it's going to work or not. It's compatible, and it will do updates often, which is really, really good. But you do want to make sure that you're doing backups, and there's an excellent restore feature. The restore feature is going to make sure that the wallet is yours. So you have to have your key phrases to do that. You can't restore your device without your key phrases, because they want to know that it's you. Even with a backup, you want to have your key phrases to make sure you're backing up all your information properly. Remember, your key phrase should not be seen to anybody. Those random words should only be seen by you. Keep them somewhere safe. Like I say, I don't even think I keep mine in my safe. I believe I keep mine in I think I was telling Sister Black, man, I keep mine in my favorite Elvis notebook, and I have it in there at the back, just with all my books, and nobody ever know. So keep it safe. And then it said, and they are easier to use. So compared to the hardware device where everything is like the little LCD screen is tiny, with the software on your phone or your computer, it's easier to use. It makes it a lot easier to understand how to use. And then again, internet is required for those wallets. But I can say that I do love the software wallets, especially the Exodus wallet. And the hot wallet is what we were talking about. As we talk about the software wallets, those are actually hot wallets. Hot wallets are connected to the internet, and they are less secure and possess more risk, but they are user friendly. Everybody, people use that I know uses software wallets. I know it sounds like it's dangerous, but I just want you to know what it is. But everybody uses these software wallets. I know people who have millions and millions of dollars in their accounts, and they use these software wallets. And I don't think if they thought it was that it was a security risk, they wouldn't use it. But I know people who have millions and millions of dollars and they use this. I've actually, like I say, I'm not just saying I transfer money for them, so I know that my clients have this. They use this. And the hot wallets are free. That's the good thing about a hot wallet. It is free. Most of the time, they make their money off of the trading fees and things like that, or advertisements or different things. I don't know how they all make their money, but some of them don't even charge you to trade. So they make their money in other ways, and it allows it to be free to you. Okay? So anybody, before we go, I'm gonna go back. Do we have any questions about anything we learned so far about the hot wallets?
You say Exodus is a hot wallet?
Yes, and before I go to the next slide, I want to actually make sure that we all have Exodus on our phone. So if we don't, let's go to either our Apple Store or our Google Play Store, and we want to download Exodus. And I also want you guys to download Outlet if you are interested in the crypto bank. You can go, you should be able to find it in the same places. It's Outlet. And if you're not sure, you can just show me on your screen what it is. And then if you don't have Cash App, get Cash App. And if you have it, make sure you verify yourself in Cash App. I'm going to give it just a few minutes to get this done. And I'm going to show you guys how to send money from place to place.
And now that I'm looking in here, I think I did it through Apple Pay when we were talking about Apple Pay.
So they did have Apple Pay at one time, and they shut it down because they wanted to upgrade it. So they will be opening it up soon. But for right now, until they open it up again, because I actually spoke to them, before you open up again, you have to send it from somewhere else, a different wallet that you have. The cheapest wallet to send money from when you're talking about purchasing Bitcoin at this time that I know of is actually your Cash App. The Cash App fees are around 2%, okay? If you send Bitcoin or purchase Bitcoin in your Coinbase or something like that, that is like almost 4% of the money they're taking out. So I think I sent like $1,500 somewhere. It took a lot of money. I did not like that. And I had bought it in Cash App before, but I wasn't sure what the fees were for some reason. I called Roger, the guy who spoke a few weeks ago, and he verified to me that Cash App was the cheapest. And I looked back in my receipts and did see that they do have the cheapest fees. Like I said, it's around 2%. So you save a lot of money with that. So the thing that I teach people to do when they're ready to make a trade is you go to your Cash App and you purchase your Bitcoin in your Cash App. Once you purchase your Bitcoin in your Cash App, you're going to send it to your Exodus wallet. So you send it from your Cash App Bitcoin to your Exodus Bitcoin. You remember, you have to send it to the same exact coin. You can't send Bitcoin to Ethereum. You got to send it to the right place.
Right. So I was going Ethereum.
Yep. So you want to send it from Bitcoin to Bitcoin. And then once it's in your Exodus wallet, which takes about 10 minutes if it takes that long, you're going to go to your Bitcoin, click on it, and put exchange. Click on the exchange button. Once you click the exchange button, you want to exchange it at the top from Bitcoin to where I want it to go, to Ethereum. It's going to give you options of how you can send it, which means you can send all of it, half of what you want, a minimum where you can set your own price, and then you can go ahead and confirm it and send that over. Sometimes it can take for them to transfer from Bitcoin to Ethereum or Bitcoin to whatever, can take up to 30 minutes. So don't look for it to be done quickly. It depends on the time of day. What I also noticed
that would be the same steps for any of the others that's on here, XRP, USDT, and all of that.
Same steps. You're always going to send Bitcoin over and exchange it for any one of those.
And I have to do it through Cash App because Apple Pay.
Cheapest fees. Cheapest fees right now, and Apple Pay is not, they, like I said, they pulled it down to make it better.
Okay.
So once they make it better, we'll be able to do that again. Remember, the time of day that you purchase your coin also makes a difference. So Exodus also takes a fee, which means when you're transferring it from one wallet to the next, they take a fee out. And depending on the time of day will actually determine how much that fee is, what I begin to notice. Because I purchased some, and then a friend of mine purchased some later that evening, and her fees were a lot higher than mine. And when she went to purchase some more this afternoon, because Dogecoin is going up, when she went to purchase some this afternoon, what happened was the fees were a lot cheaper. So she went and got some more, but the fees were a lot cheaper. So the time of day makes a difference. Now, what I'm noticing is during business hours, where like I said, think people aren't trading as much for some reason. I don't know why. The fees are not as high, but it's going to depend on what's happening in the market as well. So if it's a coin that a lot of people are trading, no matter what time of day it is, it might cost you more in fees. Okay. But if you can get in right away, that's why I said I'm going to connect with you guys so that I can tell you what I'm doing, so you can decide if you want to do it. I normally connect right away when I see something. I'll get in right away before it starts taking off, before you can't get in as high fees, okay? So make sure you're looking for all of that when you go to trade. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not, because you'll look at it and you'll begin to see, it's like second nature. You'll be like, oh, wait a minute, and you'll get in and get out, okay? Mm-hmm. So remember, first you're gonna purchase the Bitcoin in your Cash App wallet. Okay, when you purchase the Bitcoin in your Cash App wallet, it is the symbol next to the $ to the right. Some people have the symbol as a squiggly line, which represents a chart. Some people have it as a square with a circle, the squiggly line inside the square, and the circle looking like a coin. Whichever one it is, it's the icon to the right of the cash, to the dollar symbol. You click there, and you're gonna buy Bitcoin. Okay. Once you buy Bitcoin, then the next thing you want to do is send Bitcoin. And in order to send Bitcoin, you're going to press on the icon that looks like a paper airplane. So you'll see buy, sell, and the paper airplane. You're going to click on the paper airplane. When you click on the paper airplane, you're going to send your Bitcoin. It has deposit, which means you will be receiving it. And then it has send. You want to send Bitcoin to where you want it to go, okay? Once you click on send, it's going to ask you for how much you want to send. How much Bitcoin you have is at the very top of your app in Bitcoin numbers. I suggest that you make sure you send it in Bitcoin numbers so you can make sure those numbers match versus selecting an amount, okay? But you can do it as you want, but that's the way I do it, just to make sure it's no delays, okay? Once you do, you type in the amount, you're going to push next. And once you push next, it's going to want the address of the wallet you're sending it to, okay? The address you're going to get out of your Exodus app. So you open up your Exodus app, you click on your Bitcoin, whether you have some in there or not, and then you're going to see where it says either send and receive, or you're going to see an arrow going out and an arrow coming in. Not the arrow for transfer. This is at the top, and it has a line under it. One arrow goes this way and one arrow goes down this way, okay? You want the arrow that comes in, which means you're receiving it. You want the receiving link. You're going to click there, either on that or the word receive if you have a different type of phone. I'm not sure about phone. Yes, there you go. And then you're going to click on that long line of letters and numbers, that combination, that key, okay? When you click, it's going to say copy. Once you copied it, you go back to the Cash App and you paste it in to where it says where you're sending it to. Now, once you paste it, it's going to pop up at the bottom saying external wallet. You want to click on that same key at the bottom that says external wallet. If you don't click on that, the option for next will not appear. It's going to be faded out, okay? But once you click on that line that has external wallet next to it, then the next option is available to you. You click next and you can go ahead and confirm and everything and send that money over to your Exodus wallet, okay? After that, it takes, like I say, anywhere from 1 to 10 minutes for it to get in your wallet. It normally doesn't take that long, but the time of day and everything that's happening will determine that time. And once your money is actually in your wallet, in your Exodus wallet, you're going to go back to the Bitcoin in Exodus, click on it, and you're going to see where at the bottom it says exchange. You click on exchange. Once you click on exchange, the top thing should say BTC. And the second, you want to change that to whatever you want to exchange it to, whether it's Ethereum, Ripple, Doge, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing to should be at the bottom. You're going to select the amount you want to change. There is a minimum in Exodus. So depending on the time of day, Exodus will say you have to exchange so much. So last night when my friend went to buy Doge, it told her she had to buy at least $285 worth. But when she went to buy this afternoon, she only had to buy $98 worth. So I don't know what determines. I'm assuming is how much is being sold in the market. But it depends. That makes a difference. The minimum you could buy at that time. But it has a minimum, half of what you have in your Bitcoin account or all of your Bitcoin account. And like I say, you can always type in what you want as well, as long as it's over the minimum. Then you're just going to confirm that. And then in about 30 minutes, that transfer will happen within the app and you'll be all set. Any questions there at all? Now, when you guys go to do this for the first time, you can always give me a call or click on that link that says 15.coachessie.com, set an appointment, and I'll call you and I'll walk you through it, okay? Once you do it the first time, trust me, it's going to be so easy. It's going to do it second nature. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's not. It really takes like a few seconds to do. It just sounds like a lot. But that's how you transfer, and that's how you use those wallets, okay? Did anybody download the outlet?
I couldn't remember what you said. I was good.
It's outlet.
Said
it's a crypto bank.
Just outlet.
It's called Outlet. You should. It looks like. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you. These lights in here, but I'm gonna try to show you. Okay. So if you look, the last icon at the bottom of my screen. Oh no, you can't see it at all. But it's a white square with a circle that's blue, and it has 4 like little half parts to make the circle. And one is going the out way.
It's broken up circle.
Yeah, broken up circle, and one of the pieces go the opposite way.
Right.
But that is Outlook. Now, what happens is, and what I do, excuse me, I do what I call Forex trading, which means I do what the banks do with your money. So you have money sitting in the bank in your savings or in your checking account or whatever type of account you have, your business accounts. And what happens is, before you wake up in the morning, the banks have used your money to trade in the foreign currencies and all that, and they made money. And then on top of that, they only give you less than 1% interest on it for the year, but they also charge you a fee to borrow the money that they just made off of you. So if you want to go to the bank and borrow some money from the bank, get a loan for a house or a car to start a business, you have to go to them and get this money from them that is yours essentially, because they use your money to get it, but they call it theirs, okay? This crypto bank is going to do the same thing. So don't get me wrong. They still get up and trade your money, but they do it with crypto. But they're giving you a higher percentage than any regular bank. They're giving you 9% back, okay? So if you're going to sit your money in a traditional bank or a bank of any kind, I would suggest you use this type of bank where you get more back. One thing you guys want to start to do is start looking into dividends. You want your money to work for you where you're getting dividends. So you want to buy stocks that offer you dividends. Like the stocks that I buy, they offer me monthly dividends. So every month I can look forward to get dividends. I can look forward to getting money. So you want to look into stocks that do that, and you want to look into bank accounts that are going to give you a good return on your money. We're also going to talk about later on in a few sessions to come about how not only to invest and purchase this crypto, but how to trade it and make more money than just having it sitting in your account waiting for the money to go up. Because you can trade it and make money when it goes up or down, and that's what I do. That's how I make my money and do different things so that I have the freedom to do what I want. So we're going to talk about that later. But I just want you guys to have that in your ear. Once again, you want to look up the Outlet account. You want to look into what dividends are paid off of your stocks. And you want to look into trading Forex. One thing I'm going to, if we do get to it near the end of all of our sessions, I talk about high frequency trading. You can make so much money in seconds. You make a lot of money in seconds, and I'll show you guys all about that. But that's actually a part of my next class, but I just want you guys to know what's available to you, because when I say that the Heavenly Father gave us abundance, he truly did. There's so much money just waiting for you to come get it. A lot of people don't think that way. They think like I have to do all these things and how I'm gonna get this money, but it's not like that at all. This money is literally waiting for you to come get it. So if you can have that thought process in your head, you will start to draw money to you. Once again, please watch Morning Invest on YouTube. Morning Invest, the host name is Clayton Morris. Morning Invest. Is it Morris or Morrison? I think it's Morris.
Morris.
Morris, yeah. I watch this show every morning. He gives us so many good tips, stocks and things to purchase and get into. You can it's live at 9:00 in the morning, but you can always watch it later on in the day when you get a chance. Just watch it, even if you don't understand everything right away. Just keep watching it so you can start to understand the language and what he's saying, and then you'll begin to look up your own stocks and things like that. Now we're going to go to the crypto of the day. Now, like I told you guys, I don't know if I was tired or what, but I looked up the stock and at the end, I'm like, this is not right. This price is not right. Like, this is not the right stock. And I did pick up the wrong stock, but I thought I would show it to you guys because I want to show you something that maybe you should not get into, okay? So this is called Unicorn Coin, and I wanted you guys to look up Uniswap. I mean, it's swap. It's swap.
Uniswap.
That's what I want you guys to look up. So whoever wants to tell me about that when I'm done, you guys are going to be the ones to present today for that. This is a currency that is issued for the purpose of protecting investors. So Unicoin is sort of like the stock market. You can purchase Unicoin as sort of like stock in a company, but they're doing it with crypto. But the thing that I thought about is all cryptos do that right now anyway. Like you can do that right now in the market. So I didn't understand the reason for it right now. They're on their site, they were saying that right now people are using them and they're making a lot of money, but the price is very low. So I couldn't really see the need for it. And I did, of course, a little bit more research. I couldn't find out necessarily who started it. They did have a page, but the page didn't have a lot of information. But it does say these tokens return business profit to its token holders. So basically, you're purchasing their token in their business. It's a token, right? Because it's just for their particular business. And as they make money, they give the dividends to you. And what they do is they go and do this for all businesses. Like they create these tokens and you buy stock in this company. But what I thought was most companies in the next few years are going to have their own token anyway, which would do the same thing. So I didn't see the necessity for this coin. Okay. The next thing I saw was, its ticker is supply. It didn't really have any information about this all-time high. The current price was this 49 cents, and it didn't have any other information to give me. So I just thought, without having that information, without being able to read anything in the news, without being able to go back on the chart and look at its dips and highs and lows, this was not something I would want to get into. Mind you, the price is low, it's only like 59 cents, but I didn't even want to waste that without knowing anything else behind it, not seeing anybody ever talk about it, not having anything to do. So when you're looking at stock, if you can't find certain things, you don't want to do it. You want to know who started this coin or this token. You need to know who started it. The reason why we want to know who is because do these persons have any experience or are they just starting something, okay? The second thing you want to know is what issue does it solve? What is it going to do by having this coin? What is it going to solve? And how do I benefit from that? Okay? If you can't answer those three questions, you don't really need to get into it. And then later you want to see what has been the high and what has been the low. What has the news been about it? Which means what are people saying about it? Why was there a dip? Why did it go high and come back down? Like what's going on? What are the predictions about this coin? All that's very important before you get into a coin. Price alone is not enough. One of the other things that I look at is, I'm going to pull it up for you too. It's called Geico coin. Let me pull it up. Hold on. CoinGecko. 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 And I signed up for their newsletter, so I get these newsletters from them. And they have something that says the 24-hour top searchable coins. And they tell you what coins were searched and what was their high and low, like what percentage of increase that they have in it or decrease. And I would look at that to say, oh, this coin had a 25.3 increase in 24 hours. That is huge, okay? Dogecoin had a 34.7. I put in, I think like $500, no, was it like 200 something dollars worth of Dogecoin, and it quadrupled in a few hours. And then I looked at this today, and you can see it had a 34.7 increase. It was in that newsletter. So I went and looked at the other things that had the same increase. I looked at them, I reviewed their sites and saw what they did and what they didn't do. And I made the decision from there if I should get into any of those other ones that also had the huge jump, okay? Having these newsletters and things come out puts you information in front of you that you wouldn't have had before, because they're over 6,000 or 7,000 coins now. I mean, it's growing daily. So there's no way that you can keep track of all that stuff. So you need something that's gonna bring things to you. The CoinGecko is one, Morning Invest is one. There's one called, I'm drawing a blank. But there are a few of them out there that you can watch and see what's going on, and then you can make the decision for there which ones you want to get into. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So now, who can tell me about Uniswap?
Oh, I didn't look into that.
Uniswap is a decentralized protocol for automated liquidity provision on Ethereum, which it said was a platform to list coins.
Okay. And what is its current price?
$31.89.
And what is its all-time high?
Oh, shoot. That wasn't it, but
Well, how did it do over the last few years? What were the prices over the last few years? Does it say?
hold on, I got to get back into the wallet and get it.
Does anybody know who the founders are?
I didn't find that.
You couldn't find the founders?
Oh, where you at? Oh, shoot.
So I want to make sure that you guys, when you're looking at this stuff, you are looking at over the last few years. You want to see how the price has been jumping, how it's been decreasing. You want to see if you can find anything about who co-founded it or who founded it. You want to know about these people. Do they have any experience? Is this something that's totally new? Not saying that a new person wouldn't know something, but you just want to look and see who they are, try to find some information about them, just like you do anything else. Remember, you become your bank when we handle crypto. You're your own bank. So just like a bank, you need to know who you're dealing with, right? The banks don't deal with everybody. The banks deal with people that they feel like is going to do something for them. They invest in things they know that's going to make a difference, they're going to make money from. So now with crypto, you become your own bank. So you want to make sure you know what you're getting involved in, what companies, because this is your money. You're putting it out in that market to make you more money. So you don't want to put your money out there on a guess. And you definitely don't want to put your money out there on somebody else's whim. You got to know who is this person who got into this trade. There's another app called, I'm going to tell you one more app. I use these apps all the time, you guys. So this is how I make my money. But there's another app that I just joined today called Public. Just like the word public. But this is a social trading app. So you can follow people and find out what they're trading and what they're doing. I think I follow LJ. LJ's on here. I follow him today when I joined this app because you see what other people are doing. I'm following the guy from Morning Invest. I'm following some other people. You can see what they're trading, and that way you can decide if you want to get into it. Because like I say, there's so many coins and so many things out there, you will never be able to know it all. But if somebody can put something before you, you can check it out. So I saw today there's something, one stock, this was a stock though, was it was crashing today, along with Bitcoin. It was crashing. And the guy, he chatted or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what you call it, but he said, I'm buying more, who's with me? And you saw all these people who were saying, I'm buying more too, I'm buying more too. And that's the thing that most people don't understand. When the price go low, you want to buy more, you don't want to get out. The only reason you're getting out is because you know something's wrong with the company. It's about to fail. It's about to do something crazy. And maybe it's about to be sold and you're not sure about the company's being sold to, something like that. But otherwise, if the price is going low, that's your time to get in, because if it's going low, something happened in the market, but they know how to get back to where they were. Every company knows how to get back to where it was. So if it's going low, you're going to buy and hold yours because it's going back up and you can make all that money going up. So like I told you guys before, when all those airlines and stuff were going down because of COVID, as soon as the price dropped, I hopped in and bought a whole bunch of all of them. I think, wait, let me tell the truth. I bought Spirit Airlines, and I figured that was the cheapest, and those people who want something happen, they're gonna try to get on that one to go take a trip. And I got in, and I made tons of money when those prices went back up. Just for me waiting for it to fall. I did the same thing with gas prices. When the gas went down because nobody was driving, I hopped in at those lower prices. Remember, it went so low, it was in the negative. Remember that?
Right.
I hopped in, bought it. When people started driving again, I made all that money. So you want to get money when prices go low, because the companies know how to get it back up. They're not looking for their business to fail. So they know they're going to do what they have to do to make it get back up, to give everybody confidence in them again. So you buy it when it's low so you can make money as it rises, okay? So now let's go to our mindset. So I want to talk about the talents again. You know, we have to realize that all that we're learning in these 12 sessions is giving us a talent. It's giving us something that we can use to make more money. I would hate for us to finish these 12 sessions and you guys, nobody's texting me, yes, I made $1,000 a day, I made $10,000 a day. I would hate that, because I'm giving you all that I have, which means if I can make money off of it, and Yodhe Vate is no respecter of persons, so can you. Because he's not going to give me something and don't give it to you. He's not going to tell me to share it for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I could have kept all of the information to myself, but I had a heart for my fellow people in the world, not just those that are Christian, but for everybody, especially the African-American community. One of the things that me growing up, I went to like all white schools growing up. So coming to a Black ministry, because I even grew up Catholic, coming to an African-American ministry was like a culture shock almost. I was meeting all these people and doing and seeing things I had never seen before, encountering things I'd never seen before. And one of the things that I realized is they used to call me and my sister when we joined our ministry, little rich girls. And I was like, why are they calling us little rich girls all the time? And they used to be like, y'all little rich girls, y'all had this and y'all had this. And in my mind, everybody had this. And as I realized that a lot of people didn't have this. My parents owned businesses when I was growing up. That's all I knew. I didn't see my parents working for anybody until I was older and they closed down the business. So I saw that. I saw what we wanted, we got, you know, but we worked hard for it. I didn't just see it. But when I encountered a lot of African Americans, they didn't have that same mindset. And I didn't understand it. So as I began to grow my business and learn about trading and things like that, I didn't hold it to myself. I did as our apostle did. I tried to share with everybody. So I'm sharing all this with you because if I did it, so can you. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Yodhe Vate is not a respecter of persons. So he's giving this and putting this out there for all of us to benefit from it. So I don't want us to have these talents and do nothing with it. And the other thing that I realized, you know, especially since the Heavenly Father allowed me to be a life coach, is if you use what he gave you, he will give you more. If you use what he gave you, he would give you more. It's like saying he tells you, I can trust you to teach these 5 students. And then once you start teaching those 5 students, he said, okay, I'm going to give you 10 now. Okay, now I'm going to give you 20. He keeps adding on because he's a God of abundance. He always wants to give us more. But if he said, I'm going to trust you to teach these 5 students and you don't teach them, you say, man, there's not enough people coming to class, or, you know, I'm not sure if I can do this, or I don't know enough information. You got to think about it. He's not going to give you more than you can bear. And if he told you to do something, he's already giving you what you need. You got to get on a track to find what he's giving you. That's just like if I tell you right now, Albert Jean, I'm going to give you $1,000. You're going to be like, yay, she give me $1,000. You can't just, yay, she give me $1,000. How do I get it from you?
Okay.
The Heavenly Father has given us everything, but it's our job to figure out how to get it from him, how to attain it. What street do I need to go on to pick up my $1,000? What path do I need to take to get it? That's the one thing that sometimes we forget. We say it's coming, my husband coming, my business coming, but what steps are you doing to get it?
Mhm.
It requires it changing us. It requires us getting on the right path. It requires us doing what we have to do so we can receive and be ready for what your head Bob is about to give us. But if we just sit because he's giving it to us, he's going to give it to us, it never arrives. And next year you're waiting and it never arrives. And next year you're waiting and it never arrives. That's because we never change what we need to change in us to receive what he wants to give us. Because when he gives it to us, he wants it to be permanent. He doesn't want it to be a temporary thing. He doesn't want us to get an attitude and all our morals go out the window. He don't want us to get upset and the wife or the spouse walk through the door. I'm tired of you and your attitude. He doesn't want that. He wants us to be prepared for what he's giving us so that we can keep it. So whatever you guys learn here, do what I call an inventory of yourself. Am I using these tools, or do I have the same mindset I had when I first started this class? Have I changed my mindset? Am I trying things and reaching out to Essie or reaching out to whoever your mentor is to say, what about this? How do I do this? Sometimes it's just a call to say, how do I? And then they tell you and then you do it. Sometimes you just have to jump in and do it, and you walk on that faith path until the Heavenly Father say, nope, you're going the wrong way. And then you walk the way he tell you, and you keep going, and he said, okay, now turn this way. But you have to be moving in order for you to hear from him. He doesn't talk to you when you're sitting still. He only talks to you when you step out. So with all this information, you guys, I'm saying step out, research, look up coins. Text me and say, is this a good coin? This is what I found. Look on CoinGecko, watch Morning Invest, download all these different apps and find a video on YouTube and learn how to use them. But you got to do something so that all of this wealth that is just stored up for us can be released into your hands. Okay? It's not going to just be released because you took this class. It's not going to be released because you passed the test. And it's not going to be released because you have the knowledge. Now you got to do something with it. Faith is an action, so we have to move. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay. So remember, if you get a chance, read Matthew 25:14-30. I think that is just like, I love that scripture, because the man who didn't do anything gave it to the one who did the most. If you see, like I think I mentioned last week, you see all these rich people, and you say, why do they keep getting money? Why do people keep blessing them? Because they keep doing more. So the Heavenly Father is causing them to bless them. You think about your apostles and your pastors and all these people, they're not just getting money just because. They do the most. They do the most praying. They do the most fasting. They do the most going out and laying on hands of people, calling people. If you guys all know what our apostle does. And he does so much. So the Heavenly Father is giving it to the person who does more. And he takes the most chances. How many of you are taking chances? You got to take a chance. You can't be afraid because you failed the first time. You can't be afraid because you failed the 10th time. You can't be afraid because you failed the 100th time. You have to keep doing it. I remember when I first started and I was telling, I think it was Chucky today. I talked to Chucky and I lost my first couple of $1,000. And I remember saying, I'm not doing this no more. I'm like, I'm not losing $1,000 in 10 minutes. I'm not doing this no more. And I said, it's over. Like, I'm not doing it. Now, 3 weeks had passed, 3 or 4 weeks. And my son comes up to me. He said, Mom, I haven't heard you talk about trading. How's it going? I said, I lost that money. He said, Mom, just because you failed don't mean you're supposed to stop. You got to learn from your failure and keep going. Now, this is my son at the time. I think he was like 15 or 16. And he's telling me this. And I'm like, he right. I can't let fear stop me, because what the enemy does is he wants those fears to stop you. He wants those failures to stop you in your tracks and you never try it again. Mm-hmm. But the Heavenly Father wants you to use that same failure or that same fear to allow you to learn from it so you can go higher. Because now I know what not to do. So I had to buck up, go ahead and I have a client, she's a speaker. She says, put on your big girl panties. How to put on big girl panties. And I had to get into trading again. And I got in and I started making money and I lost some more. But one of the things I learned as I lost again was if I lost it in 10 minutes, I can make it back in 10 minutes. So I started not caring about what I lost, but only focusing on my wins. And at the end of the day, I realized I made so much money, even though I lost some. But I may have started out with $2,000 and ended up with $6,000, even though I may have lost some in between. So you can't let it stop you. You just have to keep going. And as you go, why didn't this trade work? Or why wasn't this crypto good? Or why isn't this stock working? Learn from that, and then you'll know better the next time, okay? But you can't give up. That is not the way, because the Honey Father has abundance, and he has it waiting just on you, okay? So this week, we're going to read chapter 10, and I hope you guys are really listening to these chapters, because I use this book, Outwitting the Devil, with every single class I teach, whether it's loving yourself, changing your mindset, crypto training, even when I do one-on-one with families, if we're doing family counseling, whatever it is, I use this book, because the main thing that hinders us from achieving everything that the Heavenly Father wants from us is our minds. Remember, the enemy can't actually do anything to you. He can't physically do anything to you. The only thing he can do is what your mind says he can do, what you give him permission to do. Those doors you open through fear or through doing something wrong with anxiety and all that stuff. So if you can get your mind to start thinking the right things and thinking the right way about things, all of a sudden you close that door gets smaller and smaller for him. And now he's trying to find some other way to get to you. He might try to start using people around you or whatever, but you first have to change your mindset about the way you think. Understanding first that money is waiting for you. It's literally, money is just, like today, I was my own bank today. I wanted to do something, so I just went to one of my accounts, took $800 out and put it into my Bitcoin and sent it to my Cash App, and I just put it in bank. It took like 10 minutes, but I was my own bank. I didn't have to say, okay, I got to wait on a paycheck. I didn't have to say, I got to call the bank to see what I can do. I just did what I want to do because I'm my own bank. Money is literally out there waiting for us, but we have to change our mindset from thinking that it's hard to get. We have to change our mindset from thinking that somebody has to give it to us. We got to change our mindset from thinking, I'm not worthy to have this much money. I don't know enough. How can I handle it? Why should it come? We got to change all that and understand that the Honey Father designed you from the foundation of the world to be wealthy, to have everything in abundance. If sinners or people who are not saved can have it, how much so you are following his word? The only difference between them and other people is that whether they believe in Yohei or not, they follow the principles. All we have to do is follow the principles, and it comes to us. There is not magic. It's none of that. It's just the principles. So if you can follow the principles, you'll realize that, oh my goodness, every time you think about money or you need money from, here it comes. I can think about something I want to do, and before I can even go to check my bank account to see which account I'm going to use, somebody is calling me asking me, can you teach this class? Can me and my family meet with you? Do you still run your other company? I need management. And it always is, the money is there, and I didn't have to use none of my other money. But that's because I believe that the Heavenly Father is the one taking care of me. He wants to pay for my stuff. He wants to make sure I have. He wants to make sure that I accomplish. He wants to make sure I'm happy and living in abundance. So because I believe that, he does it. Yeah. And then I give to him. And he will not let you outgive him. So if you're giving to him, sowing in your tithes and your offering for every money you make, if you're giving to other people and doing what you're supposed to do, he has to beat you. He has to do more. He cannot let you beat him giving, but you have to be in that position to do it. So you have to think of every time you sow a seed, it's going to spring back up as more. Every time I sow, even if I'm sowing into a Bitcoin, he got to give me back more. If I'm sowing into Ethereum, he got to give me back more. If I'm sowing into my education, he got to let that be a return more than what I gave. But you got to think that way. If I pay $6,000 for a course to become a health coach, that means I got to make at least $6 million because he got to outdo me. Yeah. But that's how I think. But are we all thinking that way? That's the way millionaires think. I'm going to give $2 million to invest in this company, but I know my return going to be at least $20 million. That's how we got to think. We shouldn't be thinking on hundreds of dollars. We shouldn't be thinking on thousands of dollars. We should be thinking in the millions. That's how we're supposed to think right now. And that's what you have to look for, because he is the provider, not us. We're just the stream or the avenue that he's using to do what he wants to do with that money. But he has to give you a lot so you can do a lot. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So let's make sure we're reading Outwitting the Devil. I want you guys to research Uniswap again. I'm going to have the facts and figures this time. I want you guys to see if you can find the owner, if you can find what the highs and lows were over the last few years. And once again, what not only what it does, but what does it solve? What does it solve? And then once again, if you guys have not given me a review, please give me a review on the site. I don't know if it's on the site anymore. I think it's off the
Yeah,
site.
because I went there earlier and I was going to bring it up today. I didn't see unless you're going to share the screen so we can see.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up. I think I had to give you guys a different link. I'm going to stop screen share and try and pull it up for you. But once again, I just want you to know, if you need to meet me, 15-minute sessions are free. You go to 15.coachoc.com and set those sessions, and then we'll meet. If you want that to be a video call versus a phone call, just type that in the note section, and then I will make sure you get my link before the call. Also, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my information with you so that you guys can do what you need to do, okay? I'm going to stop the screen share and see if I can pull up my link. I think I had it in here last time, didn't I? Oh, and Sister Blackman, how many stars did you want to give me? That wasn't in your review. How many stars did you want to give? It's anywhere from 1 to 5.
Oh, of course you get 5.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. Let me pull up this link for you guys. I'm going to give you also, did you guys actually purchase your ledgers yet?
No.
I'm going to give you that link as well so you can purchase your ledgers. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. This is the link for the referral. And when you go to the page, there's a plus button to the right that you have to push, and then you can give your review. You give your review with a video, typing it in, picture, all that. You can do it there. And then please, when I say check how many stars you want to give me. And then this is the link for the ledger, to purchase the ledger. Here we go, shop the ledger. And this is what I use. So I'm giving you guys what I use. And I've actually given this to some of my clients as well. Okay. And we went a little bit over today. Are there any questions at all, you guys?
We gotta soak it in first.
Remember, watch this video. Go to the website. It should be up tonight or tomorrow morning at the latest. You can watch this video, play it over, get all the information from it, take your notes and do everything. Remember, if you refer 5 people to my class starting on May 5th, which is going to be Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, you can get any one of my other classes for free, no matter the price, because some of my classes go all the way up to like $3,800. But it doesn't matter the price, you can get one of those classes for free, as long as you have 5 people to say you referred them to that class. Okay? Any questions, you guys? I enjoyed this class. You guys have fun this time? Hey, LJ, you have a question?
Yeah, when you gonna send that $1,000? You didn't ask us what we took away from the class. I'm trying to take $1,000 away.
No. Well, thank you for reminding me, LJ. So what are your aha moments for today?
No, I liked how you broke down like the traveling of Dogecoin, because it's kind of like a real hot topic right now. I'm actually in a room on Clubhouse that people are kind of like talking about what their strategy is and stuff like that. So I never heard it the way you broke it down, like the way it kind of traveled and stuff like that, and the way that you caught it at a certain price. And because it moves at different speeds during different times. So it might just sit for like a day, then in one day it might jump 20 cents or something like that. So the way that you caught it at that time and you were able to kind of make money because you caught it at that time, I think that was cool.
Now I'm still into Dogecoin, people. I'm expecting it's supposed to go up to $1. Now the thing about Dogecoin is it was started off as a joke coin. So once it hits that $1, you do not want to keep it. It does not answer anything in the market. It doesn't do anything. So this is not something you want to keep unless some more news comes out that it's going up to $2. But other than that, I'm going to make my couple of $1,000 and I'm getting out once it hits that dollar. Personally, I am not staying in, okay? Like I said, because it doesn't answer anything in the market. So anytime this thing can just flop. So you just want to make your money and get out. If we're talking about something like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple, these are things you want to buy and hold because they are answering things in the with the infrastructure and different things. They actually answer and solve problems. They're not going anywhere, in my opinion. So like if I buy those, which I do have that, I'm holding on to those no matter how high they go, and just take it out as I need it for whatever. But Dogecoin, I would not suggest. That's just not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hold it after it hits that dollar. Okay. Any other aha moments, you guys? Albert Jean said,
It's a lot of aha. Oh,
tell us one today.
Oh, I'll stand in the back seat today. Y'all come on up.
Okay, how about you?
You know you got to tell us 2 next week, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to tell us 2.
I have 2 when I go on this tonight, okay?
Okay. How about you, Sister Blackman?
No, not.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but I hope it wasn't too much. I hope it wasn't too much.
It wasn't. No, it's not too much.
What about you, Katie girl? Yes, LJ.
No, I'm gonna cut anybody else off. My bad.
Katie girl.
I guess all of it. I've never heard of any of that before.
Oh, okay. LJ.
No, I just want to say that I am enjoying the class, and like each class, there's a lot of things that I'm already like privy to, but then there's always something that I'm able to like sharpen myself with. So this is really good, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. How about you, Lanita?
Well, I was shocked when you said one of these can be hacked, can be hacked. And I guess about the Apple Pay, because that's what I was like, had got comfortable with using that particular strategy. But yeah, I'll just go through Cash App. That's not hard.
It's not hard. And I like Apple Pay too, so I was really hurt when they shut it down. But we got to look at the fees when they open it up again. We need to know if it's cheaper or not. It may be convenient, but is it cheaper? So we're gonna have to look that up when it starts. What about you, Chuck? That's my buddy, Chucky.
Nope. I think, like I shared earlier, I think you are just enlightening us on a lot of information that we did not, or I'll speak for me, I did not connect the way you connect with it. So that makes it a little bit easier for me to be comfortable with it and comfortable with the mindset, because my mindset has changed, but I was still a little uncomfortable, just kind of playing double dutch a little bit. Albert Jean, don't look at me like that. But I'll just be truthful. I was, my mind was there, but my hand wasn't, so to speak. And I had to get it, and bring it on back over like, no, we gonna do this. We can do this. So I appreciate you for being patient.
Amen.
With us, because I know it was like a little bit, and like I told you, especially me, being patient. I appreciate you. I really do.
Happy, I want to share something with you guys about the mindset. I think I may have shared this with you before, but I built a house from the ground up, 4,000 square feet with 0 down payment, bad credit. You have to understand the Heavenly Father is going to do what He wants to do. It doesn't matter what the people say. It's all about what He wants. And I remember going to look for my house, and I was looking at houses that were already built, and they were half the size and more money and all these things. And we got denied. I was getting denied for these houses. And I kept saying, Heavenly Father, you said, that's what you said, I can have a house. So why am I not getting it? And He said, you ain't changed. And I was like, what? And I thought I had started paying off all my debt. I wish I had changed. He said, no. He said, you haven't made the changes I wanted you to make. So I asked him what those changes were. And he told me, manage what you have right now to make it like you have an overflow. And I remember thinking, I don't make enough to have an overflow. How is that even possible? So I started to research what I can do. And I lowered all of my bills that I could lower. I changed over services and package and all that. And I also learned how to coupon. I actually became a coupon teacher. I taught couponing on base. And I learned how to coupon. And I turned a $300 shopping bill into $25. And I showed people how to use their tax money efficiently. And how to use your tax money to pay your bills up for the year. I did all these things. And I remember when we came to look for this house, we actually got lost coming to look at this house. And when we came to look at the house, the lady showed us a house that was already built that somebody didn't want or couldn't get at the last minute. And she showed us that it was like ginormous house. It had 2 master bedrooms in it. And I was just like, it was just me, at the time, the children's father and the 3 children. I'm like, we can't do anything with this. And she said, well, let me show you some other houses that you can build. And I thought, wow, really? A house we can build? And she began to show us this house. And we were actually just looking at it thinking that we couldn't get it because we had already been denied. So we look at these houses. She takes us in and out of these houses, and we saw one and we fell in love with that particular design, the one that I have now. And she said, it was after hours. She said, let's run your credit. And we kind of looked at each other like, oh, we know we just got denied. And she said, it'll be fine. And the guy was at a baseball game with his daughter because it was after hours. And she called the guy. She told him what our situation was. He asked to speak to, at that time, my husband, the children's father. The guy spoke to him. He said, give the lady back the phone. Gave the lady back the phone. She said, why don't you come tomorrow because it's so late to pick out your brick and all that stuff, and we'll finish it tomorrow. And I'm like, what you mean? We're sitting there like, what's she talking about? And she said, oh, you guys are approved. But I'm just so tired tonight, if you could come back tomorrow. And I was like, is this for real happening? There was no down payment.
Yes.
There was nothing. We moved in this house with not a down payment. And then the only thing we had to get was how you write the check, or they call the
honest money
check. We wrote the check that they don't cash. And when we went to get that check, they gave us that check back, everything but $13.
Wow, my God.
So the Heavenly Father is going to do what he wants to do, but we have to trust him and we have to change. So me changing, not what I thought was changing, because I was like, man, I paid off all my debt. I'm waiting for my credit score to go. He said, I ain't what I asked you to do. He said, I want you to live like you have an abundance right now. Figure out how to do that. And when I figured out how to do that, this opportunity literally fell in our hands. So I want you guys to think about this with changing everything in the way you think. There's nothing you can't have. I don't care who says it. I think I purchased my first vehicle after I got a divorce. My credit score was 580. And I purchased the vehicle, no co-signer. The guy got so mad at me because I told him I would only take a certain price that he threw the pen and the paperwork at me when it was time to sign it. I literally walked out and got into my car because I said, you don't give me the price I want, I'm leaving. And they thought I was joking because my credit score wasn't good. Like, you got to take what I give you. I said, no, because I heard what Heavenly Father told me that morning. He wouldn't give it to me. I got in my car. I'm driving up. They literally chased my car down and stopped me and said, come back in. We're going to give you what you want. And the guy got so upset. I said, he threw the paperwork. When I went to do the sign it and everything, the lady said, I've never seen anybody get this kind of deal before. So you got to understand, Heavenly Father will do what he wants to do, but you just got to line up with it. You got to believe that he's going to give you what you want, because he wants to give you what you want. So change your mindset from anything saying you can't have it. Simply just don't even let that be a thought. As soon as that thought comes, say, oh, the devil a liar, and you just start going and just working towards it, and he'll give it to you. You may not even know how it's coming. You don't understand the steps. You don't understand anything. Just Heavenly Father, what do you want me to do so I can get this? How do I change me so I can get this? Because it's all about changing you. So if you say, how do I change me so I can get this, he'll give it to you. So I want you guys to have a good night. Lanita, do you have something to share?
No, now you just confirmation, because that's exactly what was told to me this morning.
There you go. That's
all about moving. Yep. Like you got to be ready. You got to set yourself to be ready.
Yeah.
Got to be ready.
Yeah.
And his ready, not our ready, not your neighbor's ready. His ready.
Yes.
I told the Heavenly Father this morning, because my daughter said that the Heavenly Father was taking us to another level in prayer this morning. So I told the Honey Father, break me all the way down and rebuild me. I said, take away everything you don't want, my thoughts, my everything. I said, I don't care what I got to go through. Just rebuild me. And I'm excited to see about what he's about to do. I don't care what I'm going to have to let go of or whatever. It doesn't matter because he's going to give me something better. So just let him rebuild you. Just let him break you down and rebuild you because it's going to turn out for you good.
Amen.
Okay,
I
well, you
receive
guys,
it.
yes.
I receive.
Well, you guys have a wonderful evening. Use that 15.coachessie.com and call me if you need me. And I'll see you guys next Monday. Remember, you get 5 people, you get any one of my courses, no matter the price, free.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you
Have a good
guys.
night. Peace. Thanks, Essie.
See you guys.
Okay.
Been good.
See you, Albertine.